Uh, okay, we're recording. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining tonight, our weekly Thursday night calls. I'm super excited about tonight. Many of you guys have been asking me about the To Be Mindset meal plan, the program, and I'll be honest with you. This is why I bring the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Because I follow the portion control. And so I want you to hear it from someone who has been in the test group, someone who has gotten amazing results. But before I pass it on to Mickey Fernandez, I want to formally introduce you because many of you guys are super new to our challenge groups and you have no idea who Mickey Fernandez is. You are in for a treat tonight. So, do you know how I always talk about one decision can change your life and the lives of your loved ones and the lives of your communities and the lives of thousands and thousands of people? Well, Mickey Fernandez is the reason why every single one of you guys are here tonight because Mickey decided 10 years ago, Mickey, or 11?
I'm going on 11.
Going on 11 years ago, you guys, She decided to change her lifestyle. And because of her, we get to be on this amazing health and fitness journey. And I am so excited and I feel honored to have her here tonight. And Mickey, seriously, because of you, we get to pay this gift forward. Because of you, we get to look for a healthy lifestyle. Because of you, you know, we all get to be together, right? And because of you, I get to be surrounded by these amazing women on a daily basis. So if you can just share what happened 11 years ago that got you to where you are today, and then tell us all about To Be Mindset.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I love talking about how I got here because I'm just so immensely thankful to God. And so it's not because of me that you're here. It's because of JC. Let's keep it real. It's not because of me. It's not at all. He planted.
Amen to that.
Yeah, he planted a seed in my heart 18 years ago. When I was 18, not 18 years ago, Mickey Hillers. No, when I was 18, I love fitness. So here's the thing, right? I know, listen, I don't have an agenda here. Like, I'm just going to talk to you guys from the heart. But I can go on and on. So I do need some kind of structure. So this is what I would love to do. I'm going to share with you where I was 11 years ago. And then I do have some slides. It's a presentation that I did actually the beginning of this year to a Spanish community, and I haven't had a chance to translate it, but I'll translate it for you. I got you for those that don't speak Spanish. It's more pictures, but 11 years ago, October of 2009, I can't believe it, I made a decision to do P90X, right? I've been a fitness lover since I was 18. Like, I loved fitness. And that's why, this is why I'm saying that God is the one who brought us all together. He just used me as a vessel, and he's planted a seed in my heart when I was 18, and I fell in love with fitness. And so I've been working out since I was 18. And so 11 years ago, I saw this P90X infomercial, and I fell in love with the program because I love to lift weights. And I'm like, this is awesome. And I called my brother, and I'm like, dude, you got to do this program. And and he said, oh, he goes, are you going to do it with me? I'm like, oh, hell no, I don't work out from home. You know, I don't work out from home. You need to do it because you don't have time to go to the gym. And he's an obedient younger brother, and he does exactly what I tell him to do. And so he did it. And so he went through this transformation. And so in 60 days or 90 days, right? 90 days, he dropped 60 pounds and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, snaps, like this little PX90 thing works. And I was at a point in my life 11 years ago, I was working at the bank. I'm a former banker, 27 years in banking. My position when I was at the bank, I was vice president. I managed one of the largest locations in the city, but I didn't have a pot to piss on. And I was paying $160 a month to be a member at the gym, but hilarious, it was Equinox, you know? And so, but I was stuck with my results. I kind of like was stuck and I needed something else. And the truth of the matter is like, I could have saved $160 and used it for something else. And so that's when I made the decision that I told him, okay, I'm going to do this PX90 thing. That's what I used to call it. I go, but if it doesn't work, I'm coming back to the gym. And it worked. I fell in love with it. And I'm a talker, just in case you haven't noticed. And I started talking to everybody about it. And so before you knew it, it was a compound effect. You know, my sister was like, okay, I need accountability, so I'm going to sign up. And so she enrolled. And everything was with the coach account, by the way. I came in right away with the coach account because it's 25% discount and I don't pay full price for anything. And so that's why I did it. I had no idea there was a business opportunity behind this program. I had no idea, like zero. I just love fitness and I came in here because of my love for fitness. And so I went to my first summit. And I went to Summit not because I wanted to train and not because I wanted to grow a business, because training and all that, I had enough of that in my job. I just want to take a picture with Shaun T and what's his name again? PX90 guy?
Tony Horton.
Tony Horton. That's the only reason I went. I went to no training. I went to zero training, okay? My first summit. I was just hanging out, taking pictures, taking selfies.
I can't with you.
I'm being 100% real. Like, that's how it was. You know, I had no one directing me, right? So you guys are coming in here, you're coming into an amazing team with an amazing leader who already knows the business, so you have direction. I was like, you know, first summit was me and my brother taking selfies, like that was it. But I will tell you, what got my attention, that's why events, guys, are so powerful. Even if you're in here and you're not you have the coach account, but you're not working the business, like go to an event. Because I promise you, if I had not gone to this event, we wouldn't be here today. And what caught my attention at that event was the last night when they announced the top coach and they announced where the next Success Club trip was going to be. And they were going on a cruise. And this girl right here, I love to travel. I love to travel. I'm like, hold up a second. I'm going to get a free trip. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to find out how this thing works because I want a free trip. And that's what caught my attention, was the free trip. But even then, guys, like that was in 2000 that was in 2010 when I went to Summit, and I still wasn't like all in, not 100% all in. I had my cushion of a job, you know, 6-figure salary at my job. I hated my job, but I had my job, you know. Fitness for me was just fun. It was a great way for me to release stress. And so fast forward, things got really toxic at the bank, and this little side hustle of helping people started growing. But it wasn't, Team Eagle didn't grow with the intentions of growing a business. We just grew because we wanted to be healthy. Everybody wanted to be healthy, you know? And so I'm sure many of you know who Barbie Caleb is. And so Barbie and I, she's one of the top coaches in the company. She's been around longer than me. I think she's been around 13 years, 2 years before me. And so I connected with her, and I remember she gave me a little smackdown. And she said, Mickey, do you want to grow a business with this business of helping people? I'm like, yes. She goes, well, you got to treat it like a business. Because if you don't, it's just going to be a hobby. And so she planted a seed in my head. And October 22nd, 2011, 2 years later, I went to a super weekend, and I was listening to all these stories, coaches sharing, not so much the transformation stories, because at that point, I was already training for a competition. Like I had that locked down. But the financial aspect of it, I wasn't healthy there. My finances weren't healthy. And I'm listening to all these stories with all these women sharing their financial successes. And I'm like, well, what's the difference between me and them? Here. And at that point, I was just not in a good place with the bank at all, zero. And I still have the notes, it's somewhere here on my desk, because that book is, I'll never get rid of my notebook. When I made the decision, October 22nd, 2011, I'm like, stop playing around. Stop playing around, Mickey. You need to get serious with your business. And that was the day that my business took off, because I started working the business with intention, And 6 months later, I left my corporate job. And so I've been doing this now 8 years full time. 8 years full time. A lot has transpired in these 11 years. And I've been a fitness lover since I was 18. And so this is what I want to share with you, because this kind of like leads into 2B mindset, if that's okay.
Hang on. Yeah, I got to give you right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go.
You guys are the first, this is actually the first time I'm sharing these slides, because I did this in a non-Beachbody platform.
Oh.
In this all Spanish event that I went to in the beginning of the year. And so my topic was change your mindset, change your results.
Yes.
And so here's a little bit of history with my health and fitness. So share, okay, slideshow. Tell me if you see the slides. Okay. So when you change your mindset, you're going to change your results. Like I said, I came into this business. I love fitness. My nutrition, listen, I learned how to eat vegetables when I was an adult. Okay. Like I didn't learn that in my house. Vegetables were not part of the food categories. Sweets were. That was the food category in my house. So who am I, right? I was born in New York City, from Dominican parents. I am a sister, I am an aunt, I'm a friend, I'm a coach, I'm a future wife. I've been saying that for so long, make it get to work. But now with COVID, that's kind of like messed up my plans. I love exercising, and I don't like to cook. Let's keep it real. I don't like to cook. So my inspiration for working out when I was 18 is Rachel McLeish. I was 18, I was at Macy's with my future husband, and we were buying a TV set, and they were showing the Miss Olympia competition. And I was like, oh, like the heavens opened up. Oh, I want to compete. And I was so inspired by this woman. Like, look at her body. It was like sick. It was just so inspiring. And so this is the woman. She's the reason I lifted my first dumbbell. So that was when I was 18. Right? And then 27 years later, can you imagine me on stage doing that? It was hysterical. Hilarious. Dale pa'lante. Oh my goodness. So this was me. I was 40 something, I think. And I was in a very toxic, I already had gotten rid of the first husband. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened. So now here I'm with the second husband. I went from Guatemala to Guatepeor. Anyway. So I gained a lot of weight, right? It was just crazy because like in my first relationship, I was so hardcore into my fitness. And then my second relationship, I lost myself and I stopped working out for 7 years. I got stories to tell. But I lost myself. And the pictures are kind of grainy because they're so old, these pictures. But then what happened? I came into Beachbody. Okay. And that picture right there was 2011. So I was already 2 years into Beachbody. And one of the things on my bucket list was to do a fitness competition. I always wanted to do a fitness competition. And I crossed paths again with Barbie here in Beachbody, and she connected me to a trainer. And I started training while I was doing some Beachbody, but I was going in hardcore with training because I was determined that I was going to do this fitness competition. And so I flipped the switch, right? When you want something, you just go for it. And so I went for it and I did my competition at the age of 45. And I did it. It was a lot of hard work. But when you want something, guys, anything in life, your fitness, your business is a decision. Like Gabby said in the beginning, you make a decision and it will be life-changing. So to see this and put myself next to the woman who inspired me, it was like my vision came to life. You know, it took a long time. It only took 27 years because I was 18 when I said I wanted to do this, and I entered competition at 45. Now, what happened? 3 years later, life knocked me out, literally knocked me down. I was 48. I was being silly Mickey, for those that know me. And I tripped. I fell flat on my butt. My legs ended up in the air, and I completely broke my wrist. And so I have a plate and 4 screws holding my wrist together. And so that was May something or the other. And then 3 months later, my mom suffered a stroke. You can't tell because she's smirking in that picture, but she had just suffered a stroke. And so life just like got to me. And I will tell you that in that period of time, I fell into the biggest funk because I love to work out. Like, my passion has always been fitness. Like, I've always been so badass, and I couldn't be badass anymore. And so I fought it. I totally fought it. And so here's what happened. I was in total denial. And before you knew it, I gained weight again. I kind of like look back from that first before picture again. I'm like, what the hell? And so, you know, turning 50 was a big thing for me. And, you know, I remember thinking like, I want to be in the best shape of my life. No, you didn't, Mickey. You were in the worst shape of your life. Okay? Because I started eating my emotions. And so even though I love fitness, my nutrition, my mindset just wasn't right. So I need a do-over when I'm 60. It'll be here before you know it. And then what happens? So this picture was in August. Okay, this picture was in August of 2016. And then in October, I get a call from Beachbody asking me if I wanted to audition for a workout. I'm like, have you seen my ass? Seriously, you want me to be in a workout? You gotta be kidding me. What workout?
Hang on, Mickey. Arlette, can you please mute your phone? Because we hear static in the background. Thank you. Hi. Go ahead, Mickey. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So I get a call, you know, if I wanted to go audition for a workout. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have you seen my butt? Like, what workout? No. But, you know, opportunities sometimes will only knock in your door once. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, it's in New York City, clearly, yes. I go, well, it better not be Shaun T, I'm telling you right now, because I can't handle Shaun right now. And so it wasn't Shaun, it was Leandro in UV2. And I'm gonna keep it 100, right? So the first day of audition, when I walked in and I looked around, I'm like, hold up a second. Everybody's big in here. What are they trying to say? Oh, snaps. Yo, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this workout. I'm a former competitor. I had a 6-pack. You're going to make me do this workout with all these happy people? I didn't want to do it. But got to know Leandro. And his heart is of gold. And when he shared the why behind UV2, and every day God reminds me why this was part of the plan. This was part of the plan. Because what will happen is sometimes you see yourself going back to a place like, why am I here? I thought I had overcome that. No. Sometimes you go back to a place that you thought you had conquered, but because you haven't conquered it, he leads you back. And so this is what happened to me. And so I was determined, you know, speaking to Leandro, that this program was created for women who had given up on themselves. Had given up on themselves, that mom that just who stops putting themselves as a priority and is only focusing on the children, the husband, the household, right? Or maybe it's that woman who was like me, who broke a wrist, who can't work out, or that mom that just had the baby. So there was a lot of purpose behind UV2. I was in pain most of the time in filming this program because when I tell you everything hurts, everything hurts. But I was determined that when I came out of this program, that I was gonna go through a transformation because I wanted to give hope to women who were like me in this UV2 program that yes, you can become a better version of you. And so I did. And so after the filming of UV2, that was the picture. That was like right after UV2. Because by the way, in the filming of UV2, they told me you can't lose weight. Yeah, I have a lot of funny stories, but that'll be for another show, for another event. But I made a decision. That was January of 2017. And I said, that's it. I got to do this because this program is going to be released in April, and I cannot look like the girl in UV2. Because what am I telling women? What am I telling them? That I haven't changed? You know? It's just like my mom, every time she sees 21 Day Fix, you know the girl that does the modification in 21 Day Fix? Like my mom doesn't get that it's, you know, video. She goes, how come she never loses weight? She always looks the same. I was like, Mom, this is like the same program.
Cat.
So I didn't want to be that person, you know. I wanted to go through this transformation. So January, I did the 21-day ultimate reset. And I think I evicted maybe like 7 or 8 pounds. And then right after that, Beachbody calls me for 2B Mindset to go. I had to audition for 2B Mindset, by the way. I had to show them everything, like this picture. And I felt like it was a mugshot. I had to take pictures. It was intense. And in 2B Mindset is exactly what I needed. Because 2B Mindset taught me that it wasn't that I broke my wrist, that I couldn't lose weight. It wasn't because I had gone through menopause that I couldn't lose weight. It wasn't because of my age, because I used in my mind, it was a reason. Those were my reasons. But Ilana smacked all those reasons out of my head. The reason you're not evicting it is because you haven't changed here. It's your mentality. That's what it is. So I like to, I can stop sharing here because everything else let me see, I don't think I have to share. I kind of already did a recap on that. And so 2B Mindset, I like to call it going to nutrition school, because it's not just about learning what to eat and the purpose of every food category. It's the why behind it. And that's what this program completely taught me that. And I know that, you know, like Gabby uses the containers. And I always tell people, I don't like anybody controlling me. Don't tell me which containers I'm going to eat, okay? I'm, you know, no. Que no me controlen. No me gusta que me controlen con containers. Déjame con mi 2B Mindset. Que es con el ojo que yo como. But 2B Mindset is, it saved me because it changed this here. It literally flipped the switch with these aha moments. I learned to embrace. I finally took control. That's what it was. I got back into the driver's seat because I had let go of the driver's seat, you know. But understanding the why behind this program, the purpose of everything behind everything, the emotional eating, because that was the big thing for me, is the emotion. And I'm sure maybe some of you can relate to that, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, people tell me, oh, it's the stress that made me gain weight. No, it's not. It's all those freaking cookies that you ate. Come on, keep it real. Stress doesn't make you gain weight. It doesn't. And I can tell you that, guys, because I had to give myself my own smackdown. Because I would say that. I know, este stress me tiene, mira, como me tiene. No, not at all. It's this. It's this, you know? And during the 2B Mindset test group, by the way, I had a huge scare because they found something in my left breast. And the old Mickey, and I still have it in my notes. I'll never get rid of my old 2B Mindset book. The old Mickey would have had a box of Oreo cookies, no lie. Not one or two, the whole damn box. And then feel guilty afterwards because I know that I'm not supposed to do that. And so I didn't do that. And what I kept doing was I kept journaling, because in this program you journal. And so that journal became my new chapter in my life, my new story, my new transformation story, that I was in control. that whether I ate the cookies or not, that wasn't going to change the test results. On the other hand, on the flip side to that, eating those cookies was just going to make my ass back to that day one picture. So it wasn't going to help my problem. It was going to make it worse. And when I tell you that this program flipped the switch in here, but I'm going to keep it real. I do use the yellow container. It has to control me, because this program taught me that my body, the way my body responds to carbs, if I go over that container, I'm going to see it in the scale the next day. So I do use the yellow container. I have to. I have to, you know. And I also learned that in this program, it's okay if I have a treat meal, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And I loved, you know, working very closely with Alana. You see the whole program that's in the To Be Mindset program and the Mindset membership. We did all that with her for 8 months. Everything like this through Zoom. Like we would connect with Alana twice a week through Zoom. I feel like she's like my BFF, just because we really got to know each other. And one of the things she shared, and I'll share this with you guys because I thought it was just so powerful. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but sometimes I kind of just share, like you'll eat something, and then after you eat it, like, oh man, why did I eat that? Like, I know that's not aligned with my goal. Like, why did you do that, right? So she said, you know, I need you guys to stop saying cheat meals. You know, she said, you know, I see that a lot on Instagram a lot. Like, oh, this is my cheat meal. Why? Cheating is bad. Like in school, they caught you cheating. You got in trouble. You got suspended. Your mom got the phone call. You know, you got the chancleta, whatever, right? When you cheated. If you cheat on your spouse, you in trouble because, you know, you're on your way to husband number 2 or whatever you want. But there's always a consequence, right? With cheating. So stop saying you cheated. It's a treat. Enjoy it. Like, enjoy it. And then learn how to earn it. Like, now I know, like, my birthday's coming up, and I'm telling you right now, I'm having cake, I'm having wine. But I know how to prepare for that now. I know that I have to drink more water. I'm going to eat more vegetables. And the only carbs I'm going to have is the freaking cake and the wine. And then after that, I'm probably going to drink, not probably, I'm going to drink more water. And what's going to happen the next day, I may see a gain, you know, in the scale. Who the hell cares? I enjoy my damn cake. And that's what this program has taught me. So I don't have any guilt any longer. There's just no guilt any longer. And it's really like, it's really a mindset nutrition program. You know, it's not just, I just got off the call right before this call. I was speaking to a prospect, and she goes, well, do you have like a meal plan? I'm like, well, here's the thing. I can't just give you like a meal plan, but which I do. I put together a meal plan based on the To Be Mindset principles for my new clients coming on board, because those are my favorite meals when I first started, and what helped me evict all that weight. I said, I'm going to give you this meal plan, follow it, but watch the videos. You got to watch the videos because you have to learn this. This is not a meal plan program. This is La Escuelita de Nutrición. Because that's what it is. It's like going to nutrition school. So this ongoing process. And so I'm very passionate about this program just because it really it changed me here, you know. And when I went through that scare with my breast, and I remember sharing this with Alana at leadership, like we both cried and we hugged each other. I'm like, I was back in control. Like I got back behind the steering wheel, because I had let it go for so long, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful program, you know? And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have on the program or anything.
Thank you, Mickey. So I have something to say, and then I have a question, and then we can open it up because I know aquí están revueltas estas mujeres. So first of all, I just want to say, you know, you mentioned that we're here because of Jesus, and you know what, and I couldn't agree more, but we still have to say thank you because you followed your gift. So for that, thank you, right? Because so many of us have a gift within us and are so scared to go after it, right? But sometimes being scared, or the majority of the times, or all the time when we're scared, is because it's good for us. So thank you for doing that. And then I just have a question between both programs, right? Because you also help many women on a monthly basis, you know, over the years. So since these two programs have been out, what would you say to someone who's deciding between the two? Like, how should they know if they should choose the 2B mindset over Ultimate Portion Fix or vice versa?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And truth be told, okay, so
No puedo.
it's just crazy because they always say that you attract who you are, right? And mostly everyone that I attract are people that have struggled with emotional eating,
Mm-hmm.
have very similar backgrounds like me. But I do always ask the question, do you need more structure? That's the question I always ask. Do you need more structure with your eating? Like, do you need to be told, I need to eat, you know, X, Y, Z? And if I feel that they need that structure, then I will tell them about the containers. And then on the side note, that I do share tips about my program. It's not my program, but you know, I share tips about 2B mindset, like the tips about the emotional eating, and you know, and even like with Ultimate Portion Fix now, you track everything, because tracking is everything, and so they both have that in common. So I love that about both programs. But yeah, that's the question I always ask. You know, like, what's their biggest struggle? And so once they tell me what it is, and then, but again, for the most part, I'm telling you, like 90% of the time, ladies, I attract women who need 2B mindset.
I love it. So
Yeah.
there you have it, ladies. If you need more structure, the Ultimate Portion Fix. And then if not, yeah, because I have, you know, it's funny because these days, I always teach about the Ultimate Portion Fix because it's what I feel comfortable doing. And that's because that's what I use, right? And that's what works for me. But now that we have access to both, right, which is amazing, because before, you know, it was easy. I didn't really even talk about 2B mindset. That's bad, right? But because I didn't feel comfortable using it. But now that my challengers and my coaches have access to the both, with, you know, with access to having access because of muscle burn fat, it's amazing. And so now they're, you know, I have a few ladies who are on 2B mindset. And I'm like, ay Dios mío, make it please help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna tell you, the other thing that I do tell them, because now they have access to both, one of the tips that I still share with those that have Ultimate Portion Fix, that following Ultimate Portion Fix, I'm like, listen, if you want, because with the Ultimate Portion Fix, you can mix your containers, like you can have carbs at night. But I said to them, I said, if you want to evict more weight, no carbs at night. Like, make sure your yellow containers, by 6 o'clock, you're done with those containers. Your fruits, only have them in the morning. You don't need to be eating fruits at 7 o'clock at night. Make sure you have the fruit in the morning. And it's best on an empty stomach, because your stomach is very acidy at that point. So the sugar will not get absorbed. Your acid is enough. The acid in your stomach is going to absorb all the sugar. So have your purple containers in the morning. No, do not eat those yellow containers after 6. And thank me when you get your results.
Heard that, right, guys? So I'm gonna put it for everyone to see. So unmute your phone or your line, your video, if you have a question or something to say to Mickey.
Any question? Anything you want.
I hear something. No. Where are my 2B mindset girls?
So I don't have in any question in particular, but Mickey, I wanted to thank you for doing this. Like Gabby said, this is amazing that we actually have the opportunity to learn about it, because I also started with 21 Day Fix, and that's what works best for me. I didn't do 2B mindset. So now that we have it, it makes it, you know, just great for us to learn about it so that we can help others, because there are different ways of
course.
learning.
And they're both great programs. They're both great. Like I just enrolled a young lady just 2 weeks ago, and she came in I didn't want to choose the program for her. You know, she is obese. She came in at 311 pounds. And the minute she told me, she goes, I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm like, to be mindset. Like I already knew. And I mean, she's already dropped 10 pounds. And it's just so amazing. And she took a picture today with makeup on in the group. She goes, I know I always do selfies, but look at me now. Like, like that just.
That's the best.
Like what we do is so life-changing, guys. Like this is such a blessing. You know, that we save people's lives.
Yes, we
right?
do.
Say that again.
Yeah, it really does. So thank you for your words, Vicky.
Thank you.
Perla, you had your.
Yes, I raised my hand like a good girl.
Yeah. Can't see your face, Mama. Where's your pretty face?
Oh, hold on. Let me. I just.
All right.
I'm right here. Hey, girls.
You can't address Mickey with a blank screen. Come on now.
Oh, sorry, Mickey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, York.
Okay, so I came into the conversation a little bit late, and I've never done To Be Mindset. I have done Portion Fix, and I was really successful with it. And then I went back to Weight Watchers and kind of stuck with that. But I really feel like I just kind of want a summary, I guess, of To Be Mindset because I never looked into it a lot. And I want to do something like I want to be able to do Beachbody nutrition program because I know that they work, but I want to be able to have the flexibility, you know, like if I need more structure, I can do the Portion Fix because I know that has worked and, you know, I love it. But when I'm feeling like there's something going on in my life and I can't do that structure or, you know, I need, because you keep saying emotional eating, you keep saying anxiety, and those are things that I've suffered with. You know, I've been trying to get to my goal weight for years now. I do feel that since starting again in March of last year, my mindset has changed so much. So programs like this, you know, resonate with me. I just wanted to see if you can give me a summary of what exactly it's about and how it works. Sorry for coming in late.
No, that's okay. So before I do that, I do have to share with you, when I was in the test group that, you know, I had to sign a contract that I wasn't going to talk to anybody about it. But, you know, my challengers needed my help. So what I did was, I didn't really tell them, but they were doing To Be Mindset with the containers. I literally put a meal plan based around the To Be Mindset principles with the containers. Like I got creative, and they got results. They really did. So I just wanted to, yeah, you can actually you can mix the two.
Okay.
You can definitely mix the two. So what To Be Mindset teaches you is that you eat 3 meals a day, right? So that's how it works. To Be Mindset is 3 meals a day. Snack is optional. It's called snacktional. And so a lot of people are used to having breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, right? And so what you learn in this program is that you don't need to eat 5 to 6 meals a day. 3 meals a day with a snack in between is fine. The snack only if you need it, but you don't need a snack between breakfast and lunch. Because when you learn this system, your breakfast will consist of protein and a fiber-filled carb. And so that fiber-filled carb is going to hold you until lunch. So you don't need a snack. If you feel that you need it, that's here. Drink more water. And so this program really teaches you that water is such a huge component. Like even with me, like I always knew that water was important, but not until like I went through the program, I go snap, like you really need to drink a lot of water, right? Like half of your body weight. I think we all know that, right? Half of your body weight. But if you're stressed, you need to drink more water. If you don't get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you need more water. When you work out, you need more water. You know, and you learn why. So I love this because it's all the why behind everything, right? So that's how you have breakfast, 50-50. 50% protein, 50% fiber-filled carb. If you want to add veggies to breakfast, by all means do. That's why I add spinach to my Shakeology, because more veggies equals more weight loss. Water equals weight loss, veggies equals more weight loss. Because veggies fill you up, they keep you full. And then lunch is 50% veggies, 25% protein, 25% FFC, fiber-filled carb. And then your snack You should only have a snack if there's a huge gap between lunch and dinner. Like if there's only like a 3-hour gap between lunch and dinner, girl, you don't need no damn snack. You just need to drink more water and then have dinner. Let's keep it real. That's how I speak to my challengers, by the way. Yes. Like you don't need it. It's a haki.
Vicky,
Yes.
so for people that don't know what the fiber-filled carbs are.
Oh, so that's a major difference between the container system and To Be Mindset. So in the container system, the purple is the fruits, right?
Yes.
And yellow is the carb. In To Be Mindset, she groups fruits and carbs. So the yellows and the purples are one big happy family. So if you blend them together, I don't know what color that is, but that's the color it is.
But that's typically what people, that's what people typically enjoy the most in the container. So whatever they're leaving behind, right, that they can't eat is not your yellow and it's not your purple. It's the green ones that they're leaving behind. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, you got missing containers. Which ones? The green one?
Green ones. And that's the one you need the most.
Right.
Because more veggies equal. And that's why even like you take a look at it, right? In the portion fix, the most containers is the green one. That's the one that's the most. The one also that's even the least, and I did this live in my challenge group, because we were talking about accessories, right? So in To Be Mindset, I don't know if you know this or not, Gabby. So in To Be Mindset, the categories are, protein, fiber-filled carbs, veggies, and accessories. And so when she first said accessories, I'm like, what is she talking about accessories? And then she shows a picture. So picture this, right? Well, actually look at me, right? So I'm wearing earrings, right? So I'm accessorizing my outfit, just simple earrings. I guess glasses would be considered accessory. I'm accessorizing my outfit. Although if I take it off, I can't read. But anyway, rings, right? That's accessory. So it's enough to dress up the outfit. That's all it is. It's enough. Now, if you see me with earrings up my earlobe, a lot of necklaces, a whole bunch of bracelets, like whoa, that's like too much. And so that's what happens with people when they dress up their salads and their veggies, like they overload. You just need to put enough, you just need to accessorize your veggies to give it flavor so you can eat more veggies. Which is why in the container system, there's only one blue and one orange. So those two in the To Be Mindset world are considered accessories.
Oh, I like that. I like how you put that.
Yeah, I can't take any credit. That was Ilana.
Okay.
Can't take any credit, but it's a great analogy. I love that analogy.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So Daisy, I'm gonna lower your hand and you can go ahead and
Did that help you,
mute
Perla?
yourself.
Perla, did that help a little bit? Yeah.
That was great, yeah. Thank you for asking that question, Perla.
Yeah.
Look at this. Go ahead, Daisy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Vicky. I truly, truly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Es increíble. I have a question in regards to what you kind of already addressed it a little bit of combining both programs. So when To Be Mindset first came around, I did it for 2 years, and recently during the quarantine, because I thought I needed more control and because I was much more consistent with my workouts. And To Be Mindset, you don't have to work out technically, right? And freedom that it gave me, and especially with like work schedules and stuff like that, I was okay with like workout and still like losing weight the next day, and that was like really satisfying. But now that I went back to the containers, I'm kind of like, I almost have that To Be Mindset mentality where I won't have carbs in the afternoon, and I'm struggling with having like a yellow and a purple at the same time. So do you have any tips on combining them? I know Lana's very like proactive to say like, just, this is like, don't measure your containers, like don't like eat a method.
Yeah, so off the top of my head, I will tell you that I would do purples for breakfast and yellow for lunch.
Okay, that's a good way to kind of frame it. Yeah.
Yep.
But I know there was hesitation with like saying you have to do one program or like one or the other, not combining them. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'm telling you, I said, I don't know if you heard in the beginning that I said I do use the yellow containers because I do need it. I need the yellow containers. And I do know, like, even for salad dressings, for example, my salad dressing, it's the size of the orange container because it shouldn't be a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, one of the things that I love a lot about the To Be Mindset with the yellow container is that you can have your favorite dressing, and all you need to do is just dilute it. So I like ranch dressing on this Mexican salad, this chicken salad that I eat a lot. So I have my favorite dressing, but I take 1 tablespoon of the dressing and then a tablespoon of water, and then I just dilute it, and then so it spreads more around your salad, and so you still got the flavor. So it's kind of like, you know, it's the size of the orange, right? The orange one.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And then my last question is, what are your thoughts with, or I don't know, with To Be Mindset, did you ever experience like under eating or not eating enough? Because I think there's sometimes that concept where, yes, I love veggies, so I can always eat veggies, but I feel like sometimes I was struggling with not eating enough food. Did you ever experience?
I personally have not. That's probably what got me into trouble a lot, because I never experienced under eating. They let us, you know. But I've never. I can't help you with that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What was the question? I'm sorry. I can't. My sister's gonna fall off her chair. Wait, what was the question, Daisy? Is she
The
struggling
question,
with under eating?
like not eating enough, especially when we do workout programs, and still like, because I love to eat the same food every day, but I wasn't realizing when I was working hard, like working out harder. Maybe that's a misconception. I don't know. Like if you're working out harder, like you need a little bit more carb.
Well, you know, like now, like for MBF, I find myself like, yo, who did with 3 legs? What was she on?
Yes. What was she on?
Oh,
And that's how she met us.
oh my goodness! And so I normally, you know, I've been just eating like the 3 meals, but when I do the resistance training, I have to add an extra meal. I gotta do the snack. I have to.
Got it.
Because I want to eat a house. I
Right.
get really, really, really hungry.
You gotta just listen to your body. Like if your body's saying you're hungry, then add that snack.
Exactly. Then add the snack. Exactly.
Okay. Great question. Hang
Thank
on.
you.
I have Arlette who had a question. So go ahead, Arlette. I'm gonna lower your hand and unmute you.
Okay.
And
Yes.
turn
sure.
on your camera, please.
See, I'm just getting home. I just came in from the
It's
city.
all right, girl.
Um,
Go ahead. Get it.
so my question is about the, the little meal plan that you created for the To Be Mindset, because the containers I didn't enjoy because there's too much structure for me, and I'm still learning the whole nutrition aspect of it.
I'll send it to Gabby.
Okay.
I'll send it to
Yeah.
Gabby.
That was it. Because I mean, I know what to do, but if I have more of a guide, then I feel like I'd succeed more with the program. I'm already like out of the 180s, which is
Awesome.
a big deal for me because I've been there for a year now.
Yeah, so if you follow like that plan that I put together, you have 4 options for breakfast, 4 options for lunch, 4 options for snack, and 4 options for dinner, along with recipes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll send it to Gabby.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask for it or anyway, Mickey said, "Oh, I created." I was like, "Oh, can you pass it on?"
Yeah, I get a lot of great feedback with it. It's actually it's very tasty.
Awesome. Mari, go ahead. My sister. She has a question.
I'm gonna I haven't looked into it like and oh, hi Mickey, sorry.
Hi.
Excited.
You're so silly.
I've been feeling like she's a celebrity. She's my celebrity. So I don't know anything about To Be Mindset, but how do they figure out, I guess, like the calorie bracket? Like I don't know what's comparable to that.
I have no idea. They don't.
Look at her face.
So what about for like MBF? Like what would it be like now? So I know you said you added like your snack in, but like what does it look like for MBF? Because I know I'll be hungry.
Yeah, so the meal plan that I'm gonna send to Gabby, that's pretty much kind of like how I'm eating right now. And I did a progress picture the other day, and like I have only evicted like 4 pounds, but that's it. It's only like 4 pounds, but I've lost inches, and it's because of the program itself, you know. And so like I've been telling some of the girls in my group, because some of them are heavier, like, oh my God, I'm not losing enough weight. I'm like, yeah, but you're doing this program, and so muscle does weigh heavier than fat. That's why you got to take your measurements, because you're going to do this, you know, and then over time, you know, the weight's going to drop. But in this program, and that was our question at first. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, how many calories? And well, how do I know like 50% of protein? Like, how do I measure that? And there's no measure. Everything's you're eyeballing. So I literally have a plate, my favorite plate, and that's the plate that I use. And I know that half of it is going to be veggies, or, you know, 25% is going to be protein, you know, the plated method. Thank you, Daisy. So it's the plated method. So and that's why it gives you a lot of freedom. And so as long as you're just packing it up with veggies, I'm telling you.
So it doesn't change. Basically, the program doesn't matter, whatever, right? Like, cause it's kind of like what Daisy was saying. Like, we're like, I know with muscle and all that stuff. Like, if you're exercising more intensely, there's this idea that you have to eat more, which I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So I guess in my fear at that, like switching over, let's say at some point,
But it's what you're eating. You know?
Okay.
It's what you're eating. So like this is our last week for this round. So like my carbs, you know, I'm sticking a lot to oatmeal and sweet potatoes because they respond to my body.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that because I journal everything. And I know that when I have oatmeal and I have sweet potatoes, my body just reacts. It responds to it. And so those are my go-to right now with muscle burns fat.
Very cool. Thank you.
So I want to know that, you know, Mickey had mentioned earlier that with 2B Mindset, and all of you guys, if you got a completion pack or the challenge pack for MBF, you would have received the Ultimate Portion Fix containers as well as the 2B Mindset tracker, right? And so the tracker allows you to jot down what you're eating. And then the beauty of it is that the next day, like Mickey's saying, you can see, like, if you lost weight, you go back and you're like, hold up, what did I eat yesterday, right? Okay, so I'm gonna stick to eating in that, you know, same vicinity the next day. But then if you go up in weight or you feel bloated, then you get to look back, which is what we always say in the business, right? You gotta track, and then that allows you to kind of look into it deeper and be like, okay, what have I been doing that's not working, or what am I doing that is working, so that you can continue to do more of that. So right, so like, so
Yeah,
that's how Mickey knows, right?
Yes, but the biggest thing, and Alana always said that to us, because Alana, I mean, in addition to working with Beachbody, she has her own practice, and so she said she would have clients come in and like, oh my God, I can't seem to lose any weight. She goes, let me see your tracker. And so she goes, if they don't show me the tracker, same thing I tell my clients, I'm like, where's your tracker? I don't know what I have to see what you're doing. And sometimes they'll give me the tracker. I'm like, you know, you didn't write everything down here. How many peanuts did you eat? Like what's a handful for you? 2 handfuls, or was it a half a handful? Like, you got to write that stuff down because it counts. You have to be that specific, you know? So like, I know, like, I can't have peanut butter in my house. I don't trust myself with peanut butter. I don't. And I know that, and I own it. And so that's why I can't have it.
That's caso cerrado. Anyone else has questions for Mickey? This is your opportunity. 2B Mindset, she was in the test group.
Yeah.
Last question. Can I?
Sure. Of course.
So, Ilana, what helped you when you were kind of transitioning into your next 10-pound weight loss? I know Alana talks about like we don't plateau. It's kind of like breaking through the next 10
Yeah,
pounds.
so that's a great question. So here's the thing. In this program and in any program, any nutrition program, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky with your nutrition, you know? And so what happened to me is I became what did I call it again? A tracker slacker. I became a tracker slacker. And I stopped because I was like, I got this. I don't need to be tracking anymore. And I wasn't tracking. And all of a sudden I'm like, yo, I gained 5, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. ¿Qué pasó? You stopped tracking. And so I remember we asked, you know, Alana, I'm like, well, do we have to like forever write everything down? Like, how many freaking books am I gonna buy? Like, that's a lot, right? And so what she said is that once you get to your ideal weight, and I don't know that I don't think she's shared this in the Mindset membership or not. Maybe she has. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't always go in there. Well, because you know what it is, like those first 8 months, everything that she does in the mindset, like I think this month she's gonna talk about the 5 types of hunger, but I already know that, right? But you know, it's always good to go back and get a refresher. But as you get to your ideal weight, it's okay to write down, you know, today I weigh, you know, 151 because, and then you own it. Like why you, oh, well, because I had pizza at 8 o'clock at night, you know? Although, can I tell you something? I found a trick to eating pizza. It works for me. I don't need to be eating no cauliflower pizza. The real deal. And I can lose a pound the next day. She's cracking up on it. It's the truth. Mama Dukes and I, some of you, if some of you follow me, you know Mama Dukes is like my sidekick. And so she loves pizza, but only Amore pizza from Whitestone. All other pizzas, they suck in her book.
Wait, which one?
It's called Amore. It's off the Whitestone. It's like a little hole in the wall. They only take cash.
No.
They've been around like since the year of the flood. And that pizza is crack. And so I took her to a doctor's appointment yesterday. And she was starving. She goes, hey, llévame a la pizzeria. And I was starving too. I mean, I had Bevy. I got to tell you, Bevy works, by the way. You got to get Bevy. And so I had a pizza. I had a slice of pizza at 5 o'clock. But here's the trick. You got to down it with Shakeology and 3 cups of spinach.
I'm done.
And I dropped 1.8 pounds.
No. So
But
you got home and had Shakeology with 3 cups?
First I had Shakeology. I put 3 cups of, I had put 3 cups of spinach. First I drank my water. I had, this is a system. The water first,
Okay.
right? Because you know, by the time the pizza gets here, it's already cold. So while the pizza's warming up, I'm having my Shakeology.
Got it.
So Shakeology with water, 3 cups of spinach. I down that, and then I have my pizza. So because I have this first, I can't really finish the whole slice because I'm kind of already full with this, but I have my pizza. You know what I mean?
Smart. Smart.
That's what works for me. But it works for me because I've been writing it down in my tracker. So it may not work for some people because you're everyone. That's what I love about this program, right? Because you get to know your body.
Right.
Because before this program, my head spoke Chinese and my body spoke Spanish. Like we did not speak English. We didn't speak to each other.
Right.
So we went to the 2B Mindset School, and now we both speak English, and we're good. We understand each other. It's like the book, The Love Languages.
Yes.
You have to know your partner's love language.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Sure do. And anyone else has questions? We're wrapping up. We're about to
I
wrap.
can entertain you for like days.
Yes, you can. Monique, you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was wondering about fruits. I'm having trouble figuring out how to fit fruits in on my on the nutrition plan. And to be honest, I feel like I'm not as regular as I usually am. And I know it's because I'm just following, you know, what the nutrition guidelines are, but I also want to get my I know fruit is an FFC, but I also want to enjoy the other FSC. So I'm like, I don't want to go over the limit with the fruit, but I still put it in there, but it's not as much as I used to.
Okay, so you're doing the container system, correct?
No, to be mindset.
But you do to be mindset. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get, okay. So what I hear you saying is that you want to get your fruit in. You're not as regular. Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, first of all, I got to tell you, you should add that, what is that booster to your Shakeology?
Digestive health.
Digestive health.
Okay.
telling you, and let me tell you why I know it works. The reason I know it works is because when it was first released, I have no problem, you know, going to the bathroom at all. And so we were at Summit, and they had the entire, Elena's already laughing. I don't know why she's laughing already, but they had the entire line for the Shakeology boost and blah, blah, blah. I was rushing and I wasn't paying attention what I picked up. So in my head, in my mind, I bought focused energy, but that's not what I took home.
Yeah.
I took home that other thing, that fiber boost, right? I didn't even read it. I just opened, you know, when you open stuff up, but the label's in the front, right here. So
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I put that scoop in the Shakeology and I was waiting for the energy to kick in, and it wasn't kicking in. And I remember, I called my sister, like, Mariaka, this stuff, it doesn't give me any energy. I just can't stop shitting. Like, what's going on? I couldn't stop going to the bathroom. Holy cow. And then I was like, oh, snaps. Hold on. I bought the wrong thing. The stuff works.
Okay.
Because it was like, when, you know, when they do the test and they close your eyes to see if stuff works, like, it worked.
Yeah.
So I would recommend adding that into your Shakeology.
Okay.
But as far as the fruit is concerned, you want to get, I mean, all the fruits are going to be fiber filled, right? All the berries. And then you want to get your carbs as well, correct? So
Yeah.
that's what I recommend, because this is what I do. For the most part, I have my fruits in the morning. I'll have my fruits in the morning, and then my other carbs, it's for lunch. And then if I need a snack, sometimes I'll include it in a snack. And that's how I get it in. But the
Okay.
you know, do you like mangoes?
I do, but they're really sweet, and I'm scared to eat too much of them.
Okay, because you know, a mango a day is actually very good for you. I have
Really?
12 reasons that you can eat a mango every day, but that's for another life. That's for another. But
Okay.
they really are. No, I'm not even being funny. Like, watch, hold on.
I'm going, Mickey.
So mangoes make me happy. There's something about the mango that makes me like happy. And so my neighbor said to me the other day, she goes, you know, Mickey, like, I love mangoes, but you love mangoes like to a different level. Like, it's like not even normal how much you love mangoes. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, it makes me feel good. I said, let me go Google it, right? And so I Googled it, and there's 12 reasons. Like, honest, I found it on LinkedIn. And so I did a whole live about it. I did a whole Facebook live on it. And so my friend who does my massages, she saw the live, and she showed up to my house a couple days ago with this hat. Can you see what it says?
No, what does it say? What does it say?
It says,
Put it back on. Put it back on. There we go. They said mangoes make me happy. 12 reasons.
and there's 12 reasons. Mangoes are so filled with fiber. And if you have them in the morning, even though they're sweet, the acid in your stomach is going to absorb it. Trust me, there have been days that I'm not having such a good day. When you see me eating 2 mangoes, something is up. Because I need the double dose. And I don't gain weight the next day because I have them on an empty stomach in the morning.
Okay.
And then you top that with Shakeology, I promise you, you'll be visiting the bathroom.
Okay.
No, I'm not, I'm funny, but that's not funny. That's the truth. That combination is lethal.
Do you have any other questions, Monique?
One thing I do find on the nutrition plan is that I was like this before I started To Be Mindset, but I'm super hungry between 2 and 5 p.m. even after the water, after the meal, after the vegetables. Like, I've eaten a meal. I mean, I've drank the water, I eat my meal, and then I eat more vegetables, and then I drink the water again. And an hour later, I'm starving. I don't know why.
So that's okay. So that's after lunch,
Yeah, always after lunch.
always after lunch. So then you drink all the water. And so do
Mhm.
you have a snack? Maybe I missed it. Did you have a snack? What's
Yeah, I'll have the water, the meal, then I'll do the water again, then the veggies, and then a snack,
What
and
snack?
then I'm
What's the snack that you have?
the beach bar usually.
Okay. So
I feel like the beach bar makes me more hungry.
okay, so then don't have it.
Okay.
You know, if it makes you hungry, like don't have it. You definitely want to have veggies. You
Yeah.
definitely want to have veggies. You know what you can also do? Because I used to do that, especially when I would be out and about. Get the turkey slices, and you have to make sure that it doesn't have nitrate and none of that other crap. I forget the
Yeah.
name of the brand that
Applegate is good.
Applegate, that's the one. And you get cheese sticks, and you take a cheese stick and you roll it. You take the turkey slice and you roll it. You take that with some veggies, and that should help you.
Okay.
That should help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sweetheart. Like in the meal plan that I'm gonna send Gabby, there's a option for lunch in there. This turkey sandwich that it's off the hook, and you can actually have half of that sandwich as a snack, because the bread that I have in this, the Davis Killers bread. I don't know if you guys ever had that bread. Davis
That's the
Killers
one
bread.
you sent me a picture of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That bread is delicious. So you know, in your case,
Mhm.
you need extra.
I have a question, just so I know how to answer this for the girls that are on To Be Mindset. And then I don't know if there's like a final question, but I think we probably at the hour mark right now. The performance line, Mickey, with the To Be Mindset, because I know that for the portion control, it doesn't count as anything.
But it does here. So let me tell you that. Great question.
Okay.
So when we were in the test group, first of all, we were told not to do any heavy, like a hardcore workout, because they wanted our results to 100% come from nutrition. They didn't want the results. They really wanted to showcase this as a weight loss program, and that exercise was just extra credit. So we couldn't do any weightlifting at all in the test group. So I did PIO. PIO is an amazing program. But then as we transitioned off of that, and now a lot of us started doing workouts with weights, the performance line with that Recover is necessary. Like I take it now. Now Recover has 20 grams of protein. So it like when I have it, I can't eat for a while because it holds me. And so she told us that if you're gonna have the Recover, that is your protein for breakfast. But in Mickey's world with MBF, I still have my breakfast. It's my body is asking for food because this program is intense, you know? And so I do have the Recover, and then I wait probably about an hour and a half, and then I have my breakfast.
But I guess in this case, depending on each person, since you're tracking, you can see
You can see
if
it
it's affecting or not.
That's the whole thing with this program. Tracking is such a huge component. Oh, that's what I was going to say, that Alana had shared with us, that in this program, if you follow the first 4 principles, which is the 2 bunnies being water first, veggies most, daily weigh-in, and the journal, you're going to hop along to weight loss. That's what she calls the 2 bunnies. Yeah. And so you got to track everything. I'm telling you, because once you track, you're going to understand your body. You're going to know what are the foods that respond to you, you know, either for you or against you. And when I say track, I mean track everything. You know, but sometimes we just grab a little handful and we think that, oh, I don't need to, yeah, you need to write down. Even if it's a handful of cashews, you've got to write it down, including the time. Like I know my body right now, I can't have carbs after 6. If I have carbs after 6, you better believe I'm going to gain weight the next day. I can't have carbs at all. I just can't. So what helps me a lot is I'll have a Shakeology late at night. And then I put whipped cream on it, and it's a wrap. Yeah. It helps.
Wait, what kind of whipped cream?
Regular whipped cream.
Yeah, right. Why? She's gonna go get it. The Mama Duke's gonna walk in.
She's funny.
I'm done with
But they have the coconut one too. They have the coconut and they have the
Look,
almond.
look, look, she's like,
Nope. This is an accessory. I'm accessorizing my Shakeolahia.
No.
But I put 3 cups of spinach in here.
Okay.
That's the trick. Is the freaking spinach.
So see, whoever wasn't on the call tonight, when they see us accessorizing our Shakeology, they're gonna ask why we having whipped cream, right? And we're gonna say, go watch that recording.
I'm telling you. This is the one that I use.
Oh my God, I can't with Mickey. Guys, this is amazing. Someone says, do you have, no, she answered, at night, she says, at night.
Yeah, and for me, when I have when I went back to my tracker, the days that I had the most weight loss was when I had Shakeology for dinner. And initially, when we were in the test group, Alana told us not to because Shakeology has carbs. Shakeology does have carbs. It's half and half. But she says, but track it. She goes, try it, track it, and if it works for you, everyone's different, and it works with the whipped cream. But I don't do that every night, by the way, guys. Not every night.
Awesome.
Mickey, so you said for the test group you had it at night?
No, not in the test group. I after the test group, yeah.
After, and then now when do you have it?
Well, I just had it now, so this was dinner for me tonight.
Okay.
So this
But
was,
she said that when she has pizza, she has it before the pizza.
yes, I do. That's, I mean, I'm telling you guys, it freaking works. For
Thank
me.
you, Mickey, so much. Seriously.
You're welcome. I had fun with you guys tonight.
I feel like now I know To Be Minds. I feel more comfortable talking about it, understanding it, discussing it. So thank you so much. I know, see, I told you Mama Dukes was gonna come in. She's like Matias. She always makes an appearance. Hola.
Hola, hola.
¿Cómo está? Oh, tan bella. Dios la bendiga.
Está encantada de la vida porque está viva.
Amén. Dios me la bendiga. I love her. So thank you so much, seriously, for answering all of our questions.
You're welcome.
Thank you once again for, saying yes to your gift and just, living it out loud with all of us. And because of you, as said before, for God putting it there, for you listening, and we're here because of that.
You just have to be obedient, guys. Be obedient and just keep paying this forward. And let's just change the world, seriously.
One person at a time.
That's it.
Buddies. Thank you, Mickey. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on.
And go pick Team Cut Butt. Oh, Gabby, I sent you a link through Facebook. I don't know if you saw it.
No, ¿dónde? Facebook.
On Facebook. Go check it out.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Thank
Love
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
Mickey.